Welcome to your morning practice, sitting in either a cross-legged position or kneeling. Let your palms rest in your lap. And then if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes, or if it feels better, keep them open. And on your next inhale, lift your shoulders right up to your ears. And then as you exhale, take them back and down. And so 2 more circles like that. Inhale, shoulders forward and up. Exhale, take them back and down. So 1 more, the biggest circle. Inhale, shoulders forward and up. And then as you exhale, really take the heads of your arm bones back and let them melt down towards the earth. And then feel for the center point where your head is balanced equally between your shoulders, which will land it directly above your heart. And then let your awareness sensitize to the flow of your breath. So becoming aware of the cycle of your breath. And that with every inhale, there's this quality of expansion and upliftment and opening. And then as the breath begins to dissolve, there's this softening, this sense of coming back to the center, coming back home, and a sense of release. And so even within the microcosm of your breath, with the inhale and the exhale, the expansion and contraction, the yoga is already starting to happen by uniting these apparent dualities into a sense of wholeness. And we need both. The inhale and the exhale. The masculine, the feminine. The expansion and contraction. The light as well as the dark. The known and also the unknown. So just a few more cycles here, establishing a really sweet and fluid-like quality of your breath, where the cycle of your breath is seamless, where there really is no beginning nor an end to the flow of your breath. And keeping the flow of your breath, on your next inhale, swoop your arms all the way up overhead, lengthen through your side body, keep your right arm up, and as you exhale, bring your left fingertips to the floor. Full bright inhale, reach up, and then as you exhale, come down to the left. And as you arc over to the side, keep rooting down firmly through your right sitting bone. Gently turn your left rib cage to the right. And you can take your gaze underneath your arm, you can keep it to the side or look down to the floor. Your right arm can be straight, or sometimes it's nice to hold the back of your head and then actively press your head into your hand. Keep your belly drawing in and up. And take 1 more full, luxurious breath here. With your belly drawing in and up, on your next inhale, rise all the way up through center. Keep your left arm up. Exhale, right fingertips to the floor. Deep inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, arc over towards the right. Spinning your right rib cage towards the left. Letting your gaze move wherever it feels most supportive. Always an option to hold the back of your head, and if you are holding the back of your head, just right on the occipital ridge, kind of where you feel your skull kind of indent and your neck begins. Press your head into your palms so that there is an active and alert connection there. Take 1 more cycle here, anchoring deeply down through your left sitting bone. And on your next inhale, come all the way up to center, reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, take your arms out to shoulder height. Deep inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, revolve to the left. Belly to spine, inhale to lift your heart. And then as you exhale, keep your chin parallel to the floor as you revolve around. And even take your right eye to look further to the left. Inhale, come back to center, reach your arms wide. Exhale, revolve to the right. Belly to spine, inhale, lift your heart away from your belly, and then exhale, chin parallel to the floor, revolve to the right. And on this side, your left eye is looking even further around to the right. On your next inhale, breath, come back to center, reach your arms wide, flip your palms to the sky. Stretch all the way up, side body long. Draw your intention for your practice down your midline into your heart center, sealing it in with one breath. Inhale deeply. Offer it up as you exhale completely. Then at the bottom of your breath, let your palms release to your thigh, lift your chin, flutter your eyes open, come around onto all fours. Stack your shoulders right on top of your wrists and spread your fingers wide. Curl your toes under to open up through the soles of your feet. And then start to make some circles around your wrists, starting to warm them up. And see the range of motion that you have as you move around in all directions, as you circumnavigate your wrist joints. Noticing the mobility, if it's the same on each side, if there's any places of a little bit of tension. Keep pressing firmly through the inner hand. Go the other way. Notice any differences as you circle in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center, you're going to make fists with your hands and then bring your knuckles together. Bring the backs of your hands down onto the floor so you're still on all fours. So the knuckles of your hands are still connected, the backs of your hands are to the floor, and then work your arms towards straight. So this is as straight as my arms get. Yours might get all the way, and that's great if they do, it's great if they don't. And then you can either just hold in stillness or just little pulses of bending into your elbows and then moving them towards your version of straight-ish. Is to create a little bit more ability into our hands that do so many things for us throughout the day. One more breath here. And then one more for your wrists. Release that. You're going to open up your hands so that your fingers point towards your knees and your palms are going to be on the floor. And then a couple options of just staying in stillness or rocking back. So your fingers will stay down, but the heels of your hands may lift. And just a few cycles of your breath here. And if you're rocking, just be very gentle. And if you're holding, keep breathing slow and sweet. So opening up through the hands, the wrists, and also the forearms. Last cycle here. And then release your hands, place them down onto the floor, just like we started, toes still curled under. On your next inhale, cow pose, let your heart come forward, hug your shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, press the earth away from you and round through your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, come forward into cow pose. Keep your heart and gaze forward. As you exhale, start to bring your hips back towards your heels. Let your ears drop right in between your arms and then hover your knees a couple inches away from the earth. Press your palms down and forward and start to feel for the strength of your legs. Then very slowly begin to work them towards straight as you arrive into downward facing dog. Stretch as much as you can from your wrists up to your hips. Like in cow pose, lift your sitting bones up and think to spread them a little wider apart. Keeping the lift of your sitting bones, then begin to soften your heels to the earth. So there's a rooting down and also a rising up. Then let your breath flood the shape of your body. Two more of your fullest breaths. Embracing a sense of steadiness in your body, a sense of steadiness in the cycle of your breath. On your next inhale, rise to your toes, then tiptoe your way all the way up to the top of your mat and settle your feet hip distance apart. And your fingertips will be on the earth or palms to your shins. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold in and let your head be heavy. Two more like that. Inhale, stretch your heart forward, hug your shoulders back. Exhale, fold in, release the weight of your head. One more. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Put your tailbone down as you lift your heart in your hands. Then as you exhale, pull your hands into your heart center and pause here. Take a deep inhale, lift your heart into your hands. And then as you exhale, release your arms, mountain pose. Press down through your feet, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, stretch for the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips and bow into the earth. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. As you exhale, step or jump back, lower down halfway or all the way to the floor. Inhale to cobra or up dog, shoulders back, throat back. Exhale, downward facing dog and pause. Just 2 cycles of your breath here. So because it's a short hold in downward facing dog here, see if you can get your body still and steady. And then keep infusing it with the sacred flow of your breath. Inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and then exhale, jump or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift and lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold and release your head. Inhale, rise to stand, put your tailbone down. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Pause here, take an inhale, lift your heart into your hands. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, press down into your feet, stretch for the sky. Exhale, bow forward, let your head be heavy. Inhale, stretch your heart forward, keep the gaze forward as you step or jump back to lower halfway or all the way to the floor. Then full bright breath to lift your heart, shoulders back, throat back. Exhale, lift your hips. Once again, just 2 cycles of your breath. So embracing a sense of stillness in the outer body and a sense of flow within the inner body. Inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and then exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Press down into your feet. Inhale, rise to stand, reach and stretch up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, release your arms. Variation on Surya Namaskar B. Bend into your knees. Sweep your fingertips along your sticky mat. Keep your hips that low as you reach up. Exhale, fold forward, long legs, long spine. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, send your legs back. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Press into your left foot. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step forward, crescent pose. Hug your inner thighs to the midline as you rise and reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep your gaze forward. Maybe hover your right leg as you lower. 2 feet down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Press into your right foot. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step forward. Stay low in your lunge. Inhale, root down through your feet as you rise and lift up. Exhale, chaturanga. Follow the wave of your breath. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Pause here, 2 breaths. On your next inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise to stand and bring your hands to heart. Inhale, lift your heart into your hands. Exhale, release your arms alongside your body. One more round. Bend into your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, long legs, long spine. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Keep the gaze forward. Chaturanga as you breathe out. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Right leg high, breathe in. Step forward as you breathe out. Ride the wave of your breath. Inhale finishes when your arms and gaze stretch up. Exhale, chaturanga. Maybe right foot hovers. Then 2 feet down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Left leg high, breathe in. Step forward, breathe out. Full bright inhale. Finishes when you stretch up, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Maybe the left foot hovers, maybe it doesn't. Then 2 feet down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips and pause. Easy breath, 2 cycles here. On your next inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold back in. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, and then this one will hold. Look down so that you can see your toes. So the weight is emphasizing back towards your heels. And as your hips descend down towards the ground, keep stretching up through your fingers. Soften through your forehead. Spread your fingers nice and wide and take 2 more deep breaths here. So wade into your heels, belly to spine. Take a deep inhale, stretch a little bit higher. As you exhale, fold forward, long legs, long spine. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up, pause. As you exhale, step your left leg back, fingertips on either side of your right foot, or maybe this is where your 2 blocks could be useful. Inhale, lunge a little deeper. Exhale, bow and extend your right leg. 2 more just like that. Inhale, come deeper into your lunge, look up. Exhale, press back and look inwards. 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Pause here. So all 10 toes will continue to point forward. Likely your left heel will not be on the floor, and that's perfect. As you anchor clearly into your inner right foot, encourage your right hip to move back. Release the weight of your head down towards the floor. And take 2 more breaths here. Keep toning the muscles of your legs equally on all 4 sides. The inner thighs hugging to the midline. You're going to keep the shape of your legs exactly as you have them. On your next inhale, lift your chest. So left hand will be underneath your shoulder. Then as you exhale, take your right arm up to the sky for modification on revolved triangle pose. And it's modified because the back heel is up. With every inhale, think to lift your heart away from your belly. And then as you exhale, twist a little bit more. Smooth, easy breath. Keep the aliveness of your legs squeezing strong onto the bone. And then see if you can lift your heart a little bit further away from your belly. Take 1 more big, bright breath in. Twist deeper as you exhale. As you inhale, plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Then as you exhale, hug your right knee to your chest. Keep your shoulders forward. Inhale, send your right leg back. Exhale, take your right leg to your left upper arm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, leg goes back. Same. Exhale, right leg to your left upper arm. Squeeze in. 1 more. Inhale, stretch your leg back. Exhale, squeeze it over. Pause here. Take an inhale breath. Then as you exhale, kick the outer right foot down onto the floor. Option to keep 2 hands on your mat, or inhale, switch your left arm up to the sky. Smooth, easy breath. You can keep your left arm up, or once again, bend into your elbow and then press your head into your hand. 2 breaths. Keep pressing clearly through the inner right hand and draw your right shoulder down your back. If you're holding the back of your head, inhale, left arm up. As you exhale, plant your left hand to the floor. Take an inhale, look forward, hug your right knee to your chest as you exhale. Shoulders stay forward. Inhale, leg goes back. Exhale, chaturanga or to your belly. Cobra or up dog. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Take 1 full deep breath in and a slow breath out. Press down into your right leg. Inhale, send your left leg high. As you exhale, step forward. Come onto your fingertips, or again, take your hands onto your blocks. Inhale, lunge a little bit deeper. Exhale, press your hips back and fold. 2 more cycles just like that. Take them at your own pace, going slow and sweet. Letting your breath guide the movements of your body. And then the next time that you bow into yourself, hold there. Again, the crown of your head is releasing down. On this side, press firmly into the inner left foot and nudge your left hip back. See if you can melt your right heel a little bit further down towards the earth. Can you fold a little deeper on your next exhale? Then inhale, begin to lift your chest. Take your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Then as you exhale, begin to stretch your left arm up to the sky and open it up into a twist. Continue to hug your left hip back. And even though you're in the twist, embody the essence of a back bend as you lift your heart away from your belly. Inhale deeply. Twist a little more as you exhale completely. Inhale, take your left hand down, plant your hands on either side of your left foot. As you exhale, hug your left knee to your chest. Shoulders stay forward. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, over to your right upper arm, squeeze in. 2 more. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, squeeze. My favorite word these days. Inhale, leg back. Last one, exhale, squeeze, left knee to right upper arm and pause. From here, you're gonna kick your left leg out to the side, come to the outer edge of your left foot. Either 2 hands can stay down as you hug your left hip back, or as you inhale, stretch your right arm out to the sky. Breathing here, or go ahead and bend your right arm and hold the back of your head and press your head into your hand. From the inner edge of your left hand, draw your left shoulder into your upper back. 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, stretch your right arm up. Exhale, plant your hand and draw your left knee into your chest. Shoulders stay forward. Inhale, send your leg back. Chaturanga lower. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Keep pressing through the inner hands. Exhale, downward facing dog and pause. So 2 breaths there, or child's pose. Last cycle. Inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and then as you exhale, walk, step, or hop your big toes to touch at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. This time twist to the right. So wiggle your left upper arm as high as you can on the outside of your right thigh, and then lift your chest so that your thumbs are at heart center. Draw your shoulders into your upper back. Take 1 more full deep inhale, keep the pose. Look down to the floor as you exhale. Shift your weight onto your right foot and then start to squeeze, there's my favorite word again, your left heel up towards your left hip. Then very slowly, start to stretch your leg back. Left leg goes back, lifting from the inner thigh. And then eventually it will place down onto your sticky mat so that you're in a deeper twist. If you need the support, go ahead and place your left knee down into the earth. Then let your breath move into your side body and your back body. Continue to lift your heart away from your belly. Take one more full deep inhale. Twist a little deeper as you exhale. Crescent pose, deep inhale, press down into your feet and rise all the way up, full stretch. As you exhale, plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Inhale to a three-legged dog, right leg up. Keep your left foot on the floor and start to walk your hands towards your left foot at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to lift your chest, Jiva squat. Exhale, bend your right knee to the back of your left knee. Inhale, fly your right leg high. Exhale, draw in. We've got 3 more. You're welcome to bring your hands to heart center to challenge your balance in your core, or keep the fingertips down on your mat. But go slow and really explore the range of motion, not only in the movements of your body, but also in the range of your breath. And then the next time that your right leg goes high, pause there. If your hands are at heart center, bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your big toes to touch and fold into yourself. Inhale, lift and lengthen, rise onto your tippy toes. Heels stay lifted. As you exhale, lower your hips towards your heels. Then inhale, lift your chest and float your hands to heart center. Draw your shoulders down your back. Take a full deep breath in and a slow, sweet breath out. Hug the inner knees together. On your next inhale, rise to stand all the way up onto your tippy toes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Tailbone down, reach up. As you exhale, heels down, fold forward and let it go. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk forward to plank pose as you exhale. Pause here for a breath in. Chaturanga lower. Cobra or up dog, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Pause here, take a full bright breath in and a slow breath out. From here, look forward. Walk your feet about a foot towards your hands, the big toes touch. Press strongly through your inner hands and keep your arms long and strong. We're going to take a few little donkey kicks here. On your next inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward. And then just see if you can kick your feet up off the floor. It doesn't matter how high they get, but see if you can get both feet off the floor at the same time. And it might just be little hops, or eventually your hips may float a little higher over your wrists. On your next hop, hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, twist to the other side. Take your right arm to the outside of your left thigh and lift your chest. Wade into your heels. Heart lifting, buoyant and bright. Let your breath move into your side body and into your back body. Take one more full deep breath in. Keep the shape. Just look to the floor as you breathe out. Shift the weight onto your left foot and then start to squeeze your right heel up towards your right hip. Pause there. Steady your gaze, steady your breath, and then slowly start to stretch your right leg back. Lift from your right inner thigh. And then eventually it will step to the floor. So you're in a deeper revolve lunge. If you need to wiggle a little deeper, feel free to wiggle. There's always wiggle room, always. And if you need more support, then bring your right knee to the floor. 2 more big breaths here. Let your breath extend into like the darkest and the tightest places in your body. Keep your inner thighs hugging to the midline. On your next inhale, rise all the way up to crescent pose, reach up. Exhale, put your hands on either side of your left foot. Inhale, take your left leg high into a 3-legged dog. From there, start to walk your hands towards your right foot so you're all the way at the back of your mat once again. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to fold. Lift your left leg higher. Inhale to lift your chest. Jiva squat, bend your left knee to the back of your right knee. Inhale, fly your left leg high. Exhale to draw in. Again, option hands to heart. Take 3 more at your own pace. And as you explore the end range motion of your body, also explore the end range motion of your breath. And then the next time that your left leg goes high, pause there. If your hands are at heart center, bring your fingertips to the earth. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your big toes to touch. Fold forward and let it go. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bow into yourself, breathe out. Inhale as you lift and lengthen halfway up, rise onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, lower your hips down towards your heels. Inhale, begin to lift your chest and bring your hands to heart. Hold here. Shoulders draw back, front ribs draw in so you feel a fullness in your back body. So the ankles and the knees hug in, so hopefully you don't fall. And belly to spine, slowly rise to stand onto your tippy toes, reach your arms all the way up. Stretch up, and then exhale, keep your heels lifting as you fold forward if you can. Keep your heels lifting, lifting, lifting. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stay on your tippy toes. Then as you exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand, come all the way up, put your tailbone down. Exhale, bow into yourself. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. Walk forward to plank pose. Shoulders on top of your wrists, separate your feet. Take an inhale breath, chaturanga to lower. Cobra or up dog, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips and pause. Smooth, easy breath. Get as long as you can from your wrist to your hips. Take 1 more cycle of your breath. And then keeping the shape of downward facing dog, walk your feet about a foot closer towards your hands and bring the mounds of your big toes to touch. Once again, 5 more little froggy hops as you inhale, rise to your toes, bend your knees. Then as you exhale, kick both heels up at the same time. Keep your arms strong and steady, and your breath strong and steady. And then on your next hop, hop your feet in between your hands and fold in. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow into yourself as you exhale. Press down into your feet, inhale, rise to stand, come all the way up, full stretch. Exhale, pull your hands down your midline and rest them to your hips. Press down onto your hips. Shift your weight onto your right foot and draw your left knee up to your chest. Option 1, grab a hold of your knee. Option 2, grab a hold of your big toe and send your left leg directly forward. Once you're steady, inhale, take your right arm up. Smooth, easy breath. Stay as you are. I'm going to go back to the top of my mat. Belly to spine, keep your left leg exactly where you have it. On your next inhale, take your left arm up. As you exhale, warrior 3. Square your hips to the earth. Get as long as you can from your left heel to your fingertips. Take 1 more full deep breath in and stay for the breath out. Inhale, stretch longer. As you exhale, bend into your right leg, plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Inhale, 3-legged dog, take your right leg up. Pause here. Walk your hands towards your left foot like you did earlier. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, fold and lift your right leg higher. Inhale to lift your chest. This time as you exhale, bring your big toes to touch and fold in. Halfway lift as you inhale, rise to your tippy toes. Keep your heels lifting. Exhale, hips lower to your heels. Then inhale to lift your chest, bring your hands to heart. Option 1, balance here like before. Option 2, open up your knees and take crow pose, Bakasana. So as the hands come to the earth, press through the inner hands. Gather your elbows in and your knees in, and then as you look forward, shift forward, then start to squeeze your heels up to your hips. Hold here for 5. Keep pressing through the inner hand. The knee squeeze in, the elbow squeeze in, the inner thigh squeeze in. Keep squeezing your heels to your hips. I'll call that 2. For those of you in crow pose, bring your feet back to the floor, bring your knees together, heels stay lifted, and hands come to heart center, like nothing happened. Take an inhale, breath. Stay for your exhale. Squeeze everything in. Inhale, rise to stand onto your tippy toes, reach up. Stay standing this time, but exhale, heels down, and hands come to heart center. Take a deep inhale to lift your heart into your hands. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. So same leg, shift onto your right foot and draw your left knee into your chest. Just like you did at the front of your mat, either hold onto your knee or grab a hold of your big toe and send your leg forward. Whichever option you have, once you're stable, inhale, take your right arm up. From here, switcheroo. Grab a hold of the outer edge of your foot and then inhale, take your left arm up. And if your knee is bent, you're just holding to the front of your knee. Big breath in. As you exhale, twist open to the left. Lift your heart away from your belly. Keep pressing down through the inner right foot. Lift your heart and breathe. From here, inhale, take your left arm up. Pause as you exhale. Inhale, take your right arm up. Exhale, warrior 3. Just be mindful that there's nothing behind you, so go slow. So back on warrior 3, right leg. So far, this is all working out. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take your fingertips to the floor. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, lift your chest. Take your right hand to your hip for revolved half moon. Deep inhale to lift your chest with your tailbone down, and then as you exhale, stretch your right arm up to the sky. Smooth, easy breath. You're welcome to stay here or start to take your gaze up towards your right hand. Feel for the flow of your breath. 2 more cycles here. Continue to keep lifting through your left inner thigh, so lift your left leg even higher. And then as you exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. Take 1 more full deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, keep your left leg lifted. Walk forward to 3-legged down dog. Take an inhale, lift your left leg higher. As you exhale, step forward. Pause here as you inhale. Step your right foot forward to meet your left foot and fold in. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow into yourself, exhale. Press down into your feet, inhale, rise to stand, come all the way up, full stretch. Exhale, bring your palms down your midline into your hips. Press down onto your hips, steady your gaze. Shift onto your left foot and draw your right knee up into your chest. Option 1, hold your knee. Option 2, grab a hold of your big toe and send your right leg directly forward. Pause there. When you're stable, take your left arm up to the sky. Breathe. Grow as much as you can long through your side waist and see if you can stretch your breath a little more. Keep your belly to your spine. Take a deep inhale, stand tall. Keep your right leg where you have it as you exhale, then inhale, right arm up. Warrior 3 as you exhale. Keep the length from your shoulders all the way to your right heel. Aim to square your hips to the floor and lift up more from your right inner thigh. Smooth, easy breath. Take 1 more full deep breath in. Stay for your breath out. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, bend into your left knee. Plant your hands on either side of your left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Take your left leg up and pause. Walk your hands towards your right foot so that you're all the way at the back of your mat. Take a deep inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, once again, bring your big toes to touch. Fold forward, release. Inhale as you lift and lengthen halfway up, rise onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, lower your hips towards your heels. Inhale, lift your chest, hands come to heart center. Option to stay here, once again, Bakasana. Let your hands to the floor. Or option 2 for Bakasana, you're going to come down onto your forearms. I think it's called baby crow, but I call it little package pose. As your forearms come down, your knees come into your armpits, and then you lean forward, and then just point your toes back. Easy breath. Holding for 5. If you're in regular crow pose, keep your elbows hugging in, knees hug in, inner thighs hug in. And if your feet are off the floor, squeeze your heels up to your hips. One more breath. If your feet are off the floor, bring them back down. Big toes touch, bring your knees together, keep the heels lifting, and bring your hands to heart center. Squeeze everything in. With your belly to your spine, slowly begin to rise all the way up, full stretch, reach up, 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 up. And then exhale, bring your heels down and hands to heart center and to your hips. Shift onto your left leg, so same side. Draw your right knee up into your chest, grab a hold of your knee, or grab a hold of your big toe and send your leg forward. Once you're stable, inhale, left arm up. Pause. But keep the breath going. Then switch it out. If your right knee is bent, you're going to hold onto your knee. If your right leg is straight, hold the outer edge of your right foot. Then inhale, right arm up. As you exhale, start to stretch your arm behind you and then begin to revolve to the right. Keep lifting your heart up. The breath is buoyant. 2 more cycles. Keep rooting down through your left foot. Inhale, take your right arm up. Stay as you are as you exhale. Inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, pass through warrior 3 as you begin to bow forward, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, walk forward to a 3-legged downward facing dog. Pause here, take an inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, left foot forward to meet your right foot and fold in. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bow into yourself, breathe out. Press down into your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your tailbone down as you reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart and pause. Close your eyes and feel. On your next inhale, open your eyes. Exhale, release your arms. Press down into your feet. Inhale, stretch for the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bow forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step your left leg back. From here, take both hands to the inside of your right foot. For lizard pose, maybe widen your stance a little bit if that feels like a good idea. And then lower your back knee to the floor. Take an inhale breath, and then exhale, go ahead and lower onto your blocks or onto your forearms and pause here. And take a moment just to notice into your right leg. If the knee wants to turn out, it's okay, but just let the foot follow so that your knee always points to the center of your foot. Hug your right hip back and your left hip forward, and then begin to soften the space at the back of your heart. So option to stay here, or adding on a thigh stretch as you inhale, reach your right arm forward, take a back stroke, and then start to bend your left heel up towards your hip and catch the outer edge of your left foot. As you hug your heel towards your hip, keep that little kind of leg sandwich, if you will, and then let the pelvis descend a little more. You can keep your gaze down to the floor or start to spin your gaze over your right shoulder. Easeful breath. If you are holding your back heel, see if you can draw your heel even closer towards your hip. 2 more breaths. Relax the jaw and smooth out your breath. If you are holding your back leg, very slowly release. Flat your hands to the floor, shoulder distance apart. Lift your left knee away from the floor. And then from here, your right knee is hugging the outer right arm. From here, press down into your long, strong arms and then just point your toes back. Option 1 is there, or option 2, you're going to kick your right leg out to the side for vinyasa. Then start to lift up from your left inner thigh like you've done so many times today. And breathe. Stretch from your pelvis down your legs. And then as you're ready, chaturanga or skip it, and we'll meet you in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a moment of pause. Take a full deep breath in and a slow breath out. Press into your right foot as you inhale, take your left leg high. As you exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, so you've got a little bit of a wider stance. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward, then lower your right knee down onto your mat. Either staying here or place your forearms onto your blocks or down onto your sticky mat. And once again, just attend to your left knee. If it wants to turn out, just let the foot follow. Soften the space at the back of your heart and find a deeper sense of surrender. And what may facilitate that is a longer exhale. And then you're welcome to stay here. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Keep the length of your left side body as you backstroke your left arm. Bend your right heel towards your body and catch the outer edge of your right foot. Draw your heel towards your hips and then let your hips soften further down towards the earth. Invite the breath in and offer the breath out. Take 2 more full cycles of your breath, either looking down towards the floor or opening up your chest towards the left. If you are holding your back foot, very slowly release. Return your palms to the floor so that they're shoulder distance apart. Lift your right knee away from the floor with your left knee. It's already on the outer edge of your left arm. From here, option 1, point your toes back and balance there. And then moving into Vinyasa. As you squeeze, that action of squeezing your left knee into your left upper arm is really important. Make sure you're not going to kick anything as you stretch your leg out to the side and then lift up from your right inner thigh. Then as you're ready to step or jump back, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog as you breathe in. Down dog is your breath out, and pause. Stretch out your breath and stretch out your body. Press into your left foot. Inhale, take your right leg up. As you exhale, bend your right knee and roll your hips open. Option 1 to stay there. Option 2, shift your shoulders forward slightly and then step your right foot as close as you can to your left hand for a wild thing. You can keep your right arm long or bend into your elbow and press your head into your hand. Smooth, easy breath. If you are holding the back of your head, press it into your hand to spin your heart further to the sky. If you're flipped over, inhale, take your right arm up, belly to spine, 3-legged dog, pause. Lower your right leg down. Press into your right foot, inhale, take your left leg up. Bend into your left knee, roll your hips open, pause. Breathe here or shift your shoulders forward ever so slightly, and then see if you can step your left foot as close as you can to your right hand. Eventually your right leg will be straight, left knee is bent, and then your left arm reaches up or down towards the earth. Or hold the back of your head and press your head into your hand. Allow for a fuller breath, whichever shape you're in. Always prioritize the shape and fullness of your breath, then the shape and the fullness of the pose. If you're flipped over, inhale, left arm up, belly to spine, exhale, flip it over, three-legged dog. And then exhale, regular down dog. Take one more full deep breath in and down dog, and a slow breath out. Inhale deeply, lower your knees to the floor as you exhale completely. From here, cross your ankles, have a seat, and extend your legs forward. All right. So from here, we're going to stay low. If you're already down, we're going to stay down. Take your legs wide-ish for Upavishta Konasana. Bring your fingertips in front of you, take a big inhale, and then fold as you exhale. You can stay upright. Maybe your torso will rest onto the earth. You've got your blocks if you want to use them, or lower onto your forearms. Dig your heels down into the floor and feel for a little bit of muscular energy as you tone your legs on all four sides. And then stretch your heart away from your belly, and then maybe fold in a little bit deeper. With every inhale, can you grow your spine a little longer? And then can you exhale to soften in a little deeper? You're welcome to stay at center if this feels like a good place for you to remain. We're going to add a little bit more side body, but the legs will stay exactly as they are. So either staying here or inhale, begin to rise all the way up, walk your hands in. Take your right hand onto your shin, left hand onto your hip, and revolve open. Once again, lots of twists today to the side. And start to slide your right forearm down towards your shin, or it may even come to the inner leg. Then you can keep spinning your torso open, or similar to at the beginning when you were seated, inhale, stretch your left arm overhead. You can keep the arm long, or go ahead and hold the back of your head. Breathing there, or if you choose, maybe your right shoulder will cuddle the inner right knee. Your right hand will hold the inside of your right foot, and then your left hand will hold the outer edge of your foot, and then you can spin your torso towards the sky as you look underneath your left arm. Smooth breath. Now really do feed and nourish your body with your breath. If you're at center, keep surrendering your torso forward and down. And if you're arcing over to the right, on your next inhale, come all the way up through center. Place your left hand on your shin, right hand to your hip, spin open to the right. Option to stay there, or maybe your forearm will come down to your shin and start to stretch your right arm overhead. Maybe hold the back of your head. You can hold, if you're down and your left shoulder is to the inner knee, reach your left hand to the inner left foot, and then your right hand will hold the outer edge, and then you can spin yourself open. Smooth, easy breath. Keep digging your heels down into the floor no matter which variation you're in. And then allow for more breath. More breath. When in doubt, breathe, breathe, breathe. When you're not in doubt, breathe, breathe, breathe. Last 2 cycles. If you're arcing over to the side, on your next inhale, rise up through center. If you're folding forward, rise up through center. Then lean back, grab a hold just above your knees so that you can bring the soles of your feet together. Be near to the front edge of your mat. Take a deep inhale to sit tall, and then one more forward fold. If your elbows meet your inner thighs, widen them apart to make more space for your torso to fold forward. And then from here, let your next exhale be longer than the last one. Inhale, begin to rise all the way up. Keep Bakasana with your legs. Take your hands behind you. Scoot your hips towards your heels. And then lower onto your forearms. And then onto your back. Let your arms rest wherever they feel most at ease. Let your eyes close. And then wherever you are in the cycle of your breath, exhale and empty the breath out completely. Really pull your belly in and empty, empty, empty. And then full bright breath in for 1. Inhale 2. Inhale 3. Keep breathing in. Inhale, inhale. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Release. And relax. And if the shape does not feel easeful, go ahead and slide your legs long, or option to finish in a seated meditation as you roll over to one side and make your way up to a tall seat. But find your way to a place of stillness. And then see how much can you soften into that stillness. Is there something that you are holding on to that you quite aren't ready to let go of? And can you soften the grip of whatever that may be? So as you continue to soften, to release and relax, and essentially let go, that into that space there's a little more freedom. So let your whole being abide in that sense of freedom. There's nothing to do, nowhere else to be, but in your body and with your breath. I invite you to stay in your resting pose for as long as it feels good to be there. But if you are ready to move on, if you can, keep your eyes closed and very slowly make your way to a tall seat, just as you started. So finishing in the same shape in which you began, completing this cycle of your practice. And once you are in your seat, perch your awareness on the cycle of your breath, and watching it move in and out of your body. Two more cycles here. On your next inhale, sit a little taller. As you exhale, fold your hands together at your heart center and bow your head in. Take one more full deep breath in and let it all go as you breathe out. Thank you for your practice today. Namaste.